Okay, today I'm just doing a brief comparison of the Sony development tool, the PSP DTP-T1000, compared to the IS NITRO CAPTURE. Now, these both allow you to play. This one allows you to play PSP on VGA, like computer screens, TVs, and this one allows you to play your DS on a TV or through USB to capture to your computer. Now, if you're wondering what this is right here, I just put this in here. This doesn't really have to deal with anything with the DS development, but this is a development cartridge for the Game Boy Advance. So I just figured I'd put it in there. This has, unlike most probably of these that people find around, this has actually a pretty good game on it. It has, I can't even remember right now what it's called. It's a pretty good game, I tell you that. It's like a shooter. Like, the planes, it's... Dang, I don't remember what it is right now. I'll have to... You could see that on one of my older videos of this Game Boy development cartridge. I'll show what it's on. I can't remember what's on it right now. But this is the IS NITRO CAPTURE, like I said. And this has its name right at the bottom. Development tool DTP-T1000. Now, I know more about this system than I do about this. Because this has a manual. You could get the manual for this on the FCC website. But this, and I got the manual actually, a real copy of it. But I do not have the, I do not have the manual for this, or I had never been able to find one. Sorry, here's the brief period of no speaking. Okay, so let's see. Show the back of this guy first. This is the back of the IS NITRO CAPTURE. It has a switch. Oh, now both of these, first before I do that, here's the games plugin, have wireless modules. And there's the antenna for this one, and here's the antenna for this one. This is the antenna just for regular PSP stuff. I really do not know what the antenna for this does. It's hard to find information on this. I know the wireless one is an upgraded option. It obviously does something. But okay, here's the back. The on and off. This is DCN. If you're wondering if this looks like a GameCube power supply, it is, because this is in fact a GameCube power supply. Here's the AV out standard, like GameCube video. Here's the USB for connecting your computer, like to download the video stream. And I don't know what that does. It says wireless, but it's an Ethernet jack. I really don't know. But now getting back to this USB port and this antenna on the top, not all of these have those two options. This is like an upgrade, because there's three forms of this IS NITRO CAPTURE. There's the IS NITRO Video, the IS NITRO CAPTURE like this one, then IS NITRO Emulator, which is the most expensive version. This is the middle version. This is like the most expensive of the middle version, because this has the wireless add-on. The IS NITRO CAPTURE is the most basic. It doesn't have the USB or the wireless. All you could do with that one is plug it into screens. Like, that's probably the one they would probably use at trade shows and stuff, just to show on the screens, because you don't really need more than that. I don't know. I do not know what those two systems lights do. Let's see. Now, here's the bottom, so you could actually see where it says option, wireless, and USG. I don't know what USG is. I would get it if it said USB, but I don't know. So, here's the controller. It goes directly in the system. It's not hardwired. There's this plug inside there, but it's definitely more difficult to exchange than the PSP one. This has the USB. You just plug it in. Let's see. Plug it in. I don't know why I can't get it in right now. Okay, there we go. And then this plugs into this port right here. Here's the connector. Very reminiscent of a SCSI connector. It's probably something different, but that's what it looks like to me. I'll just leave that out right now. That's bugging me. Now the front of this is definitely a lot more busy. Now both of these, where you put the gains in, is in the actual unit itself, not the controller. Oh, and I didn't show the controllers yet. I'll show those real fast. This one doesn't have audio jacks, power, the USB, the memory stick port, because that's on there. And then it has no UMD drive in the back. And yeah, it's a lot lighter because it just has the hardware for the controllers and screen, just like this. Let's see, this also has no cartridge slots. Now, it looks like you can take this out, but you can't take this out. Let's see, here's the pack where there would be usually warnings and stuff. It's not there. Battery, no battery in there, just switches. Power, I probably wouldn't recommend putting any power in there. It probably isn't hooked to anything, but I'd rather not take the chance. Now, the video on both of these things will show the video. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, I have two of these. Now, let's see. Now, this one also has a DVD drive for you can burn UMD. Instead of burning them to having them in UMDs, you can just have them burnt to here. Now, another cool thing is with these switches, these are like for activating debug menus and stuff. But actually, some of the earlier PSP games, they left the debug menus in there. Like one of them I know is Wipeout Pure. So you put it in here, run it in here. I guess when the game's running, I don't know when to do it for sure, but flip some of these switches, activate the debug menus in retail games, which is pretty cool. And let's go to the back. I already showed you the back of this one, so I'm not gonna show you it again. Back of this one's a little bit more busy. Here's the fan. 2 ports that I read the manual says for service personnel only, do not use. This is for hooking up to a coaxial cable. Can't really see good. So let me turn on the light. There we go. That's the one I was talking about a second ago. This is for hooking up to some foot switch, which I have no idea what that is. Ethernet port, just like on the back of this one. But this one says wireless, so I don't know what it does really. This has video. This is the audio out. This is VGA. Here's the power. Now, just like the IS NITRO Capture, it uses somewhat of a standard power. For this is just like a laptop connector. It's also 5 amps if you want to know. Here's some warnings on the side. I'm not going to show you the serial numbers. Now, whoever had this actually took off the serial number, which is a good idea for them. It doesn't really bug me because it wouldn't have done. It doesn't do me any good anyway. Let's see what it says on here. I've actually never read this. 2.4 DS2. I have no idea what that is. Do not throw this in a dumpster. If I saw one of these in the dumpster, I'd probably take it because they were pretty penny. Now, the last major difference is Rarity, actually. These, you would think this would be more expensive, but in reality, these are still expensive and pretty rare, don't get me wrong. But in reality, this one's worth not nearly as much as this guy right here. Probably has to do with since there's really no easy way to play DS on the TV. Whereas now with the PSP, the later PSPs, you can do that. That's probably part of the reason, and these are already just a lot rarer. So, here's my comparison. Thank you for watching.